everybody. Welcome to episode 165 of the Good Kraken Show. I'm your host today, Devin Stanford, aka Brevin the Dude, aka I guess I'm not a 5/man anymore. I guess.
Nope. You're the 5-star man, baby. What's happening?
5-star man, let's go! That other voice that you're hearing there is the wonderful Screamin' Polynesian, the one and only, the Shrine of Oceans, Ernell Pearson.
Hey, what's happening, baby? Shark Daddy for Prez 2023. What's cracking, y'all?
Honestly, I mean, you're a couple, you're a little bit off on when we do that. So, but like,
am I though? I mean, it's McRib season, baby. You know what I'm saying? The McRib is back, ladies and gentlemen, for the very last time we have the McRib is back. You know what I'm saying? This is the last time I'm going to be able to say this because we don't deserve the McRib, right? And now they have decided that we're not worthy enough to continue to have the McRib come back. So they're saying, listen, enough's enough. You know what I mean?
They say this every year. They say this every year, and I just want to say they lost their contract with recycled lunch meat from the local school district, so that's why this is going to be the last.
Listen, I'm just saying the McChicken isn't a limited seasonal item. You know what I mean? The McRib is because it's so
just because it's seasonal doesn't mean it's good.
I mean, that's actually literally what that means.
No, it doesn't. It just means it's seasonal for the time of year. That's all that means. It doesn't mean it tastes good.
I mean, they wouldn't have kept bringing it. Well, no, I can't make that.
No, you can't. I argue that they only bring it back for a short amount of time and then take it away because because people remember how bad it is. And then they're like, oh, okay. Now we have to market this and make sure that, people want it again.
Listen, I'm just saying, we might not be worthy of the McRib anymore. The McRib is the flesh of Jesus himself. Okay, that's all.
The reason why, I mean, hail Satan. Anyways, but like the reason why we don't deserve the McRib is because we're actually better than the McRib.
Blasphemy. How dare ye?
That silent one sitting right under beneath us is my lovely little cherry blossom, Garrick Bartholomew Ayton.
Garrick, tell him.
What's up, y'all?
McRib
gang for life, though.
McRib gang for fucking ever, baby.
It's like literally just YouTube. It's just YouTube. That's it. It's just YouTube.
Me and literally everybody else that apparently is ordering this item when it gets brought back. So
and then they take a bite and they go, "Oh, why did I pay $6 for this?"
Excuse you, sir. It's $5. All right, let's just be very clear.
Yo, Morbid's got a good point. That Arby's beef and cheddar though, that shit slaps.
Hey, I'll take that. They got the meats, dog.
That's better than a McRib. And guess what? That's here year round.
It is. I mean, Arby's is all year round. I know. For now, until one day people decide that Arby's ain't it, and then Arby's decides to shut down.
There's an Arby's by my work. When I do go to the office, I make sure I go to Arby's.
I as one who does really love Arby's, who the fuck is keeping them in business? Because I don't think I get enough Arby's to justify it.
I was surprised they opened a new one down the road. Like when I was still living in my apartment, they opened a new one right down the street. And I was just like, an Arby's, huh? It's gonna be an Arby's. And then I got free Arby's for a year out of it, and it's really hard for me to eat Arby's now.
Thank you, So Lock and Load. The rib they put in the McRib is literally the Salisbury steak from the frozen TV dinners.
Those are dank too.
What?
Do yourself a favor, go buy yourself one of those $1.28 frozen Stouffer's frozen TV dinners, and then buy yourself a bun, cook that, and then just put that in the bun, and then you'll be surprised.
Yeah.
And guess what?
That'll be fire too.
That's cheaper than going to McDonald's.
It's not cheaper. You just get more of them. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, Devin, the McRib, it wasn't meant to be some crazy, beautiful, fucking wonderful home-cooked meal, okay? A lot of things that we eat aren't meant to fucking be that. The beef and cheddar from Arby's is literally just a bunch of fucking beef thrown in between two hamburger buns and cheddar cheese on it. It's just 7-Eleven cheese.
I'm not gonna let you talk like this when you're the one that glorifies the McRib. But we're not talking about McRibs today. Well, we kind of are. Fuck McRibs. Anyways,
God damn it.
We're talking about fuck McRibs. The next Day of the Dead. What American gamers never want to talk about, McRibs, and much, much more, because this is the Good Kraken podcast, your choice for all the nerdy video game and pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Saturday at 12 p.m. West Coast, Best Coast time. If you're riding this wave, you can head on over to our Discord where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and soon have early access before episodes go live on podcasts and video services across the digital sea.
Yorg. Get the McRib.
But if you've emptied your pockets for the latest and greatest because the McRib is too expensive in entertainment, that is totally fine. You can watch us record the show live right here at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show. For me, it's the McChicken, the original chicken sandwich. If you have Amazon Prime, you also have Twitch Prime, and we would love for you to give that to us to help us keep pushing out content for all of you listening or watching at home. But you can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, telling Ernell you hate the McRib, clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Good Kraken ! And leaving a review there on how bad the McRib is.
Garrick's gonna quit. He's gonna quit. This is the season. He's like, guys, I will come back next year. I'll come back beginning next year. Just let me know. Wake me up when they're not selling the McRib.
Morbid, jokes on you. Ernell's hosting the stream.
Sure I am. You know what I'm saying? Please give subs so Devin can afford better internet. Yeah, you're cutting in and out a little bit there for a second, but that's okay.
Was I?
Yeah, it's all right. Not a big deal.
They just upped my pieces of internet recently.
Your pieces of internet?
Yeah, I made fun of my roommate. Pieces. She called it
two more pieces of internet now.
She called them pieces of internet.
Oh yikes! You should tell her to have a McRib. Maybe she'll get her lingo down a little bit better. You know, the McRib does a lot of.
She'll hate the McRib.
Not a good job of awakening people. You know what I mean?
Garrick.
What?
He said what?
I know. Jeez. Put a smile on that face, homie. Because we got some captain's
smile on my face.
Get a McRib in that mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Or
oh yikes.
Put a McChicken there. Year 3 of Good Kraken is right around the corner.
Let's go.
That's fucking wild to think about.
I know, right?
Yeah, I know.
Isn't it, dude? Jesus Christ, we've been at it, man.
Yeah.
We've been at it.
Boochies. Please go rate us on Spotify and review us and rate us on Apple Podcasts app to help us grow the fish family, y'all. We need more people like you, so then more people can be like us, and then we can all consume content together.
Okay.
As one
I'm glad
fish
that's
family.
The direction you went, and not trying to sell people in your weird McChicken cult. You know what I mean? Like y'all. Like, I mean, in your guys' weird fucking McChicken cult, is it like Midsommar? You just like wear like a gownery of McChickens like all over your body. You just have like just deep fried chicken breast all over your face.
I'd almost like rather do that than, you know, slather myself in the gross barbecue sauce that they try to pass as good barbecue sauce that they put on the
goddamn line. You fucking know it, all right? Like, listen, there's very few things I would like slather myself with. Barbecue sauce is one of them. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about.
Little life hack for all you out there. I sub
on titties.
I sub.
There I was. Got me there. Barbecue sauce on my titties.
Oh, look, Cardboard King, no sale necessary. For me, it is indeed the McChicken. That's right. Thanks, Jag. Thanks for having my back.
Heathenry. The McChicken is the alliance of fast food sandwiches, okay? And Garrick, tell them, fuck the alliance.
I feel like the Whopper is the alliance.
Just make rib game for life, dog.
Mm-hmm. Forever.
I can't wait till that actually disappears and you can no longer have it again.
Honey boobies, are you McRib or McChicken gang? We have to know. We have to know. Okay, we need to find out here. Okay.
So life hack for everybody: if you go to McDonald's, you can sub the mayo for the chicken sauce.
Damn it!
Thank you, honey boobies.
Honey some McChicken. God damn it, man.
Yeah.
I'm imagining Devin being the old guy in Midsommar who's like sledging people in the face, but instead of a hammer, it's a fucking McChicken, right? And everyone around them's like, "Oh,
it's a frozen one. It's a frozen.
It's a frozen McChicken, exactly. The only way you can make
it's not a singular one. It's a bag of frozen.
It's a fucking sock full of McChickens, dude.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'll take it. What's our other captain's order, Devin?
Join us December 8th at 4:30 p.m. Because guys. We are doing live reactions to the 2022 Game Awards. That's right. We're going to be doing it right here. We're going to be live streaming the Game Awards. We're going to be reacting to the Game Awards. And we're not going to be eating McRibs because they'll be gone.
I will. I'll eat one. I'll eat one at the Game Awards live reaction. I promise you.
He's going to buy McRibs and he's going to put them in his freezer.
What? I never did. What if?
Just unlocked
wait, I got a question.
I got
a question for you.
How many weeks a year are there? 52. 52. Thank you.
Did you just say 30?
If I buy
or no
50 McRibs. If I buy 50 McRibs. Listen, I haven't had a McRib in so long my brain's not functioning correctly, right? So if I buy
that's what it is.
50 McRibs and freeze all of them. I have McRibs for an entire year, gentlemen. Gentlemen. Hold on. Where's my calculator out?
No.
I need to know how much I need to save up between now and then.
And next McRib season to stock up.
So
look,
500 times
as
$5.
much as I hate the McRib, I'm gonna help you with something. Get yourself an air fryer for when you want to eat those.
I would do that, but I don't have $2,500 on hand to get my 1 year of McRibs. Quite yet. All right.
Yeah.
Well, imagine a world.
Dream.
I'm picturing a world in which I have $2,500, and instead of spending it on our business, I spend.
I mean, if there's anything that would sway you to spend money on something meaningless, it would be a McRib.
Listen,
because they are meaningless.
Listen,
pieces of shit.
If I eat a McRib once a week, every week on content, we can write $2,500 off on our taxes.
Actually, they changed the tax laws, and food is no longer considered a tax write-off anymore.
Damn it, man!
They
I
did
missed
that
my
this
chance.
last year.
I
know.
Damn it, man! Damn it!
So
damn
no more
damn
pizza parties for people. When there's upset.
Oh my god. Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough, honey. Maybe I will have to make my own McRib. Maybe I'll have to do that. Oh, but I'll have to. Get
It'll
the
actually
recipe.
taste better.
Nah,
it'll probably taste
I'm
better.
I'm just gonna get the exact recipe from McDonald's. I need it. I have some friends that worked at McDonald's, so let's ask them. Hey, what was on the McRib? What's the secret sauce? You know what I'm saying? Okay. Well, yeah, I guess I'll just move us along here. Devin's not having it. Oh no, where'd he go? Oh no.
I was just letting you go along,
Just giving me my moment.
Can yeah, it's giving you some time. Garrick, could you tell the people what we got going on next?
Yeah, I can. I sure can.
This is a good episode. This is a good episode so far.
It took us a while to get here, about 20 minutes to be exact, which is
sure did.
Perfect.
Perfect. But we're heading into our news segment, y'all. The Helm.
Squawk! Squawk! Squawk!
Squawk.
Squawk. Squawk.
Oh boy. Oh man. What a good episode, guys. We're here. We're doing it. I'm excited.
No, since you like the McRib so much, why don't you take this first one?
You know what, Devin? I thought you never asked, my friends, because, ladies and gentlemen, our first story, the McDonald's McRib
Is back.
is
I
back.
almost spit out my cider, goddammit.
Actually, it would have been fucking funny. That would have been hilarious. You should have put that in here as a story.
I
actually.
just snuck it in like a McRib story into our
Just like a
segment.
little, just in between. Yeah.
Oh my
just
God.
me
Hiding
other
from the
stories.
McRib.
So fucking good. I'm so mad I didn't do that now. Liam Hemsworth replacing Henry Cavill for The Witcher Season 4. This comes from Ryan Gajewski over at The
I'm gonna head
Hollywood Reporter. The streamer announced Saturday that Henry Cavill is exiting the fantasy series after 3 seasons in the main role, with Liam Neeson. Could you imagine Liam Neeson? God. Excuse me, let me back up here.
Liam Neeson?
I have a certain set of skills. I'll find you. Fuck.
Fuck. God damn it. With Liam Hemsworth set to take over as the character. The 3rd season is expected to debut in summer 2023. What is happening? What is happening now? Oh my God. Oh my God.
Nothing.
I'm trying to read a fucking news story now. The 3rd season is expected to debut in the summer of 2023, while 4-episode prequel series The Witcher Blood Origin stars Sophia Brown, Michelle Yeoh, and Lawrence O'Farrane? I think that's how you pronounce it. And is set to launch December 25th on Netflix. Quote, my journey as Geralt of Rivia has been filled with both monsters and adventures, and alas, I will be laying down my medallion and my swords for season 4, Cavill said in a statement. In my stead, the fantastic Mr. Liam Hemsworth will be taking up the mantle of the White Wolf. As with the greatest of literary characters, I pass the torch with reverence for the time spent embodying Geralt and enthusiasm to see Liam's take on this most fascinating and nuanced of men, end quote. This major change for the show that's based on author Andrzej Sapkowski's book series follows Cavill's return to the DC film fray as Superman, which was teased with a mid-credits cameo in the recently released Black Adam. He stars alongside Millie Bobby Brown in Enola Holmes 2, hitting Netflix on November 4th. For his part, Hemsworth said he is quote-unquote over the moon to be stepping in as Geralt of Rivia. Quote, Henry Cavill has been an incredible Geralt, and I'm honored that he's handing me the reins and allowing me to take up the White Wolf's blades for the next chapter of his adventure, Hemsworth's statement read. Henry, I've been a fan of yours for years and was inspired by what you brought to this beloved character. I may have some big boots to fill, but I'm truly excited to be stepping into the Witcher world, end quote. Hemsworth, best known for playing... Oh, excuse me, I lost my track there. Hemsworth, best known for playing Gale in the Hunger Games franchise, has recent credits in films such as Arkansas, Killer Man, and Isn't It Romantic? In the Hollywood Reporter's cover story with Cavill from November 2021, the star said he planned to follow through with the Witcher series creator Lauren Schmidt-Hissrich's aim to have the show last at least 7 seasons. Quote unquote, absolutely, Cavill said at the time about staying with the series, as long as we can keep telling great stories with honor, as long as we can keep telling great stories which honor Sapkowski's work. God fucking damn it, man.
Fuck.
God fucking
Show's over.
fuck, man.
Show's over.
God
Are you
damn
happy,
it.
DC fans?
God damn it.
You got your Superman back. You got him back.
God
At
damn
what
it.
cost?
Damn it. Damn it. Damn it, man. What, Devin? You're the host. Go. What do you want?
I'm not upset about it because what's happening to the DCEU is what I've been wanting to happen for the past year.
I gave up.
I need to see.
quit.
I need to see the fruits of the labor before I reserve that judgment. I mean, I am kind of hopeful too, because like, you know, we've been talking about it for a while now, and I know we've all kind of made predictions on, you know, like we were all some of us. I mean, I definitely had hopes and a prediction that James Gunn was going to be one of the heads, I know I've mentioned that a couple of times, and I'm not surprised that given some of the changes they're making that he is coming back as Superman, and that Batfleck is coming back. But I don't know. I'm really fucking bummed about this, and I do not feel that Liam Hemsworth is at all of the same caliber that Henry Cavill is.
No, I am definitely bummed about this choice. I am interested to see how it goes, but those are some big fucking boots to fill. Those are some big boots. Like, is Liam Hemsworth gonna,
No, he's not.
I hope he's not gonna have to bulk up.
Yeah, dude. It just
yeah.
I liked The Witcher so much more than I liked anything DC has delivered so far, besides like maybe the Dark Knight series, and that's it. Like,
what about Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad?
I still like Witcher more. I love Peacemaker and Suicide Squad. Don't get me wrong, the Suicide Squad's fucking good, but I like The Witcher front to back way more than I like those two things. And just like I had so much hope. So I read the entire book series because this goddamn show was so fucking good. Okay, and I was like, I just want more of it at all goddamn times. And now we're only getting 3 seasons of The Witcher. That's crazy. It's wild. It's wild.
I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll be good.
I mean, I'm gonna give it a go, right? Like, I'm gonna watch it, but I just it's gonna be a really, really big shift. Do you think that that Liam is going to play a bearded Geralt? Maybe.
I mean, maybe. That's the least of my fucking concerns, though, right?
I'm just curious to right, because I understand that like they're the same character, but I'm assuming there's probably going to be. Do you think they're going to try to make him look exactly like Henry Cavill's, or do you think they're going to let him like be his own version of that same? Do you understand what I'm like of the same character? Right. And he'll have like some differences about him. Like, do you think they're going to just kind of drop him in and be like, oh, this is him and always has been, always was? Or like, are they gonna do some sort of acknowledgement to the changes of the character? Maybe.
I mean, I can see Netflix just trying to double down and just say fuck it and just drop his ass in. If they don't decide to just fucking cancel it entirely, because like nobody's fucking happy about this. No. Nobody's happy about this, and I'm sure Netflix can see. Nobody's fucking happy about this. Like, even Liam's Hemsworth fans can be like, ugh, you know what I mean?
They're like, Liam, we love you, but no.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like,
what's the most notable thing he's done besides being like fake Thor inside of Thor?
Gale from Hunger Games.
Yeah, Gale from Hunger Games. That's it. Like, and like, I get that he's the lesser of the Hemsworth brothers. Kind of like Mark Wahlberg's brothers that like nobody fucking knows, you know what I mean? Like Liam Hemsworth is there, he's
or the
present,
Baldwins.
Like, I don't know. I just like the only thing that could have like made this more of a random ass pick would have been like Vin fucking Diesel. Would have been actually Liam Neeson. Like, to be taking this. That's the only thing that would have been more out of fucking left field here. But I don't know. I kind of just wish they'll cancel it. I kind of just hope that they'll fucking cancel after the third season. Like, just give us the dopest fucking third season possible and just end it there. End on a good note. Well, I'll be happy with that.
We all know that nobody's happy about this, but something that I know you and I are happy about, but I don't know about Garrick here yet.
We'll find out. I'm sure we'll find out.
The Last of Us TV series will premiere in January, according to HBO listing. This is coming over from Wesley LeBlanc over at Game Informer. HBO Max subscribers began to notice that on the page for The Last of Us series on HBO, a description of the show says it premieres on January 15th, as reported by Eurogamer. The publication reports that only U.S. subscribers are seeing this January 15th premiere date in the show's description. So I opened up the HBO Max app on my phone to check, and sure enough, it's there. A preview of the post-apocalyptic drama series based on the critically acclaimed video game, The Last of Us, Season 1 sneak peek's description reads, premieres January 15th. This lines up with what's expected of an HBO series, too, as the subscription services shows are not usually dropped in bulk. Like on Netflix, instead, HBO sticks to the weekly release popularized with standard television, and that the description says the show simply premieres January 15th means new episodes of The Last of Us will likely be released each week. January 15th is also a Sunday, and episodes for HBO's biggest shows typically release on Sunday evenings, like House of the Dragon. My money's on new episodes of this show dropping each Sunday for however many weeks at 9 p.m. Eastern. Only time will tell, but fortunately, we don't have to wait too much longer now if HBO's description is correct.
Gentlemen. Oh, fucking A, dude.
Boyos.
So it is way sooner than I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to be waiting until like March, right?
It's around
like
the corner.
Yeah.
The earliest was going to be March in my head.
2 months. 2 months.
Two fucking months, doggy dog. Can you fucking believe
2
this
months.
shit? Now, Garrick, listen, dog. Listen. I know you haven't skedaddled your way through The Last of Us quite yet. Yet.
I'm gonna watch the show.
Okay. Are you hyped about this show though?
Yeah, I've always loved the concept of the game, and I've always been super interested in the story. It's just the gameplay didn't do it for me with the first title, right? So that was like my biggest deterrent. But like now that I'm gonna get to like experience a version of that story, I know it'll have some differences and stuff, right? Because it's that adaptation whole thing. But I'm still excited to see what they do with it nonetheless, and like I'm most curious to see like what their infected look like with like the clickers and stuff. I'm really curious to see like what that's going to look like on screen, and like what the stakes are going to be for the characters like in the story, because I know they're going to make it a little different. I don't know.
Right.
I'm very interested. Like I'm very interested just to see like what the tone and like pacing of the show is going to be. And my mind is telling me that like this is going to be like of the same sort of look and feel maybe like early The Walking Dead. But I'm not sure.
Intro.
Which I think which is fucking fantastic in my opinion.
Yeah,
because I love those, like the first 2 seasons of The Walking Dead are my favorite.
Peak zombie content,
and then peak zombie shit.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm just curious to see, like how like it'll bridge that gap, because I know like it just as much in The Last of Us, like the clickers become less the enemy, and like it's about the human interactions. I don't know. I'm curious to see like what they do with it, and like if they pull any inspiration from like shows like The Walking Dead that'll be like notable. So
I just realized that I'm embarrassing myself here at a Domino's box. Just chilling off to the side for my dinner last night. Don't need to talk about that.
Doubting yourself bad.
We're down bad, boys. We're down bad. Listen, those honey barbecue bacon wings were pretty fucking fire, though. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you what. That was some good shit, my friend. Anyways,
that's what better barbecue sauce tastes like.
It's the same Anyways, this show's gonna be fucking hype. I'm like real fucking excited about this goddamn show, dude. Like having it be this soon is, I think, what HBO needs to pad this space between now and the next season of House of the Dragon. And I can kind of see them now trying to get these big AAA projects to fill that time, because they know that Game of Thrones is like their moneymaker, right? That's their big home run to send them and get everybody gammoning around like fucking HBO Max. But if they fill that space in between seasons with other good content, there's some good juicy stuff to be had, my friends. There's some good content to be had.
Another thing we know that's on the horizon is Matt Reeves' Penguin show and Arkham shows too that are going to be on HBO Max.
Good. That Penguin show's
Yeah,
gonna be lit.
it's gonna be on.
Yeah,
I was actually like just watching. I just started rewatching the Batman, like before the podcast, and I'm gonna finish it later. Dude, I just think, you're right. I think HBO is probably trying to be really strategic about its releases and stuff, because it was relying a lot on like some releases from Warner Brothers there for a minute, and then Warner Brothers was just like, yeah, fuck, we're in deep financial shit. We're gonna cancel everything, and now they're like restructuring everything, right? Like Warner Brothers is in a strange place, and like they had what 4 or 5 HBO Max like originals at one point, and I think they've got 2 now.
Yeah.
At least until those newer titles get released. Like as of right now, they've got Doom Patrol and Titans from Warner Brothers, right? And so like they lost like a bunch of content there. So they're probably like, I bet you their contract is probably in a weird place with some other stuff. And they're like, well, we got to fill it with something. So it's either got to be our stuff, or we're gonna have to pick up like some deals with somebody other than Warner Brothers.
Well, and
to start getting some projects on.
And the thing is too is like HBO Max kind of only really has a small handful of like big popular shows like this. Euphoria being one of them.
Yeah.
But half the cast of Euphoria quit. So like, who knows where the fuck that's going to be? So like,
yeah,
dude,
it's a streaming service in a very strange place right now.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be weird to see them try to claw their way back up from the fucking grave, or streaming platform is concerned.
On the brink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of things clawing their ways back up from the grave.
Oh yes.
Garrick.
Yes.
Could you tell the people what this next one's all about?
Absolutely. Marvel and EA signed 3-game deal starting with Iron Man. This is coming from Ryan Dinsdale at IGN. As reported by Bloomberg, this deal will begin with the previously announced Iron Man game from EA Motive, with all 3 games coming to consoles and PC. Though details on what's coming after Iron Man are still thin, each game will feature its own original story set in the Marvel Universe. Perhaps known for more for its sports or traditional shooters, EA is looking to increase its offerings with the Marvel deal. We have an intentional, deliberate strategy to have a balanced portfolio, said Chief Operating Officer Laura Miele. Miele? That sounds about right. There will be Marvel fans who don't play other EA games. That's me. Hello. I will be the person that plays the Marvel EA games and then not any of your other shit.
Yep,
fuck EA.
100%.
It's unclear if the second and third game will be centered on different Marvel characters like the Hulk or Thor, or if there'll be follow-ups to the Iron Man game, similar to what Insomniac did with Spider-Man, its spin-off Miles Morales, and its upcoming sequel. Nothing about a release schedule or a single versus multiplayer focus was mentioned either, though we do know that EA Motive's Iron Man is a single-player action-adventure game. EA Motive is the developer behind the upcoming Dead Space remake and has previously worked on the likes of Star Wars Squadrons and Star Wars Battlefront 2, but we'll just have to wait and see which other studios are involved with the remaining 2 Marvel projects. We're getting a lot of Marvel games.
Everyone wants their piece of the Marvel fucking pie right now because that's how good. Listen. It's fucking ridiculous that we never thought like for a second that this is going to end up happening, right? Because like the MCU has done so good so far that even other mediums are like, hey, there's money to be had here, right? Like they're starting to understand that if you can make a good game based in the Marvel universe that Disney and Marvel Studios has fucking set up for us, you're gold, right? You're fucking gold. Unless you're Crystal Dynamics. Yeah, that's kind of one of the only exceptions. But I saw Garrick the other day tweet about them, EA specifically in this situation, taking the engine from Anthem and just putting it into a Marvel game, which is the most fucking 100% thing you've ever been right on.
Yeah, right. I'm pretty sure I made a crack about that same thing before. Like, I understand that this is being made by Motive and not BioWare. I'm super aware of that. But guess what? They're both child companies of EA. You don't think that EA has the capability to be like, all right, so you've really shit the bed here with this Anthem thing, but we liked what you did with the flight mechanic, so we're going to borrow it from you, and we're going to give it to somebody we trust not to fuck this up. Like, that's what I got from this.
Yep, 100%, dude. I mean,
because the movement and flight mechanics were the best thing about that game. And like, there's no way I would be so surprised if this was a completely unique flight mechanic just for Iron Man. Like, if they do that, good for them, and like I'll give them kudos and props to it. But the thing is it is way more likely that these games, like, I have a very strong feeling that superhero games going forward are going to share a lot of identity and DNA with Insomniac's Marvel's Spider-Man. Like,
of course,
that game set the new bar, right? And before that, it was the Arkham series, right? And Insomniac just took the formula for the Arkham series, like Arkham Knight, and just improved it, right? And then we have some more controversial titles like Gotham Knights that still share like gameplay identity and DNA with Marvel Spider-Man. But even though it got like a 7 on, like, you know, a 70% on Metacritic, it still sold hella fucking copies. Hella fucking copies. Because it's still like, it still has like an audience for it, right? And then we've got what? We have the Skydance. We have the Skydance Black Panther Captain America World War II game coming up. We have Wolverine coming up. We have Marvel's Midnight Suns. Good God, there's so many Marvel games. And honestly, like, I'm actually really, really excited to revisit Iron Man as a character, because the last time we really got him in the video games were the I don't know if you guys played them. I did. But the PSP versions that basically were just like the replicate, they were like the video game movies.
Yeah,
they were really fun, and like, you know, they were great for what they were at the time. But I feel like they've got a lot of potential to do some really, really fun stuff with his character story and with the way his suit functions in the game. And I don't know, I'm curious to see what they do with this. And I feel like if the Dead Space remake knocks it out of the park, everybody will have a lot of faith that'll like roll over into that Iron Man game afterwards.
Oh yeah, for sure. Most definitely. I mean, the Iron Man that we got in Square Enix's, you know, the Avengers, Marvel's Avengers game, is actually not bad. Like, I liked the controls of his character.
Pretty good
like,
for what he is. Yeah,
he felt pretty dope. I can see them literally EA just being like, just take fucking Anthem's goddamn engine and just turn it into a fucking Iron Man game. And they're like, all right, fuck, dude, like we'll make it happen for you.
It's what we all want.
It's what we all want, right? Like, you guys played Anthem, and I'm sure the first thing you thought was like, fuck, this feels like Iron Man, right? Like that had to be the thought.
Even like down to like getting like the animations that they have for you getting in your fucking suit felt like Iron Man.
That's like, something I'm excited
about. It'll still rotate where like your suit like dude, like they captured so many things that would translate 1-to-1 perfectly into an Iron Man game.
Devin, what was that?
One thing I'm super excited about is the running theme with all these superhero games is all the suits and stuff. So you can think of these as like, what if we get to make our own Iron Man armor to like customize it, like with its different kind of attachments and stuff like that. Like, you know, it's just what ifs. It's something I would like to see, because like Tony Stark is a genius and he's always building things and working on things. What if they incorporate that into the game where you get to make your own suits?
A great idea. I don't think that's I don't think that's very far off the mark either. Like, just like having come off of like been playing Gotham Knights quite a bit like recently, right? They have like if you craft a suit, like it doesn't do anything for your stats, but you have the ability to like go into the suit and adjust specific things about it. So like not only is it that suit style, but it's like your version of that suit style, right? And so like being able to incorporate something like that in like in a Marvel property would be really cool.
Mine just shoots out dildos and make ribs.
Checks out.
100%. I believe that.
You know what doesn't shoot out dildos and make ribs, though?
What, Devin? What, Devin? What doesn't?
The Embracer Group shuts down Montreal video game studio. This is coming from Jason Schreier over at Bloomberg. Video game publisher Embracer Group AB is shutting down Onoma, a Montreal, Canada-based video game studio that it acquired just months ago. Whole team's fucking bad. Onoma, formerly known as Square Enix Montreal, was best known for creating the Go series of mobile games such as Hitman Go. The company informed employees Tuesday that some staff would be transferred to a sister studio, Eidos Montreal. Some people familiar with the situation. A representative for Embracer confirmed Tuesday that the company is closing Onoma and said the move would impact around 200 employees. The shutdown is unusual because of the timing. Onoma was purchased in May and on October 10th announced a new game and branding. Sweden-based Embracer has been on a video game industry shopping spree, buying companies both big and small over the past few years. Onoma was part of a large acquisition earlier this year alongside Eidos Montreal, San Francisco-based Crystal Dynamics, and a handful of franchises including Tomb Raider and Deus Ex. The move appears to be part of a larger cost-cutting initiative. Eidos Montreal has reduced the scope of one unannounced project and will cancel another one, said the people familiar with the situation who asked not to be identified because they were not authorized to speak publicly. The company also plans to work with Microsoft to help develop some games, including one in the Fable franchise led by UK-based Playground Games.
Oof, boys. So we talked about recently, if we start seeing more businesses doing this, it's a bad sign. there's some weird fucking economic shit that these companies are getting ready for, man. Eidos Montreal, like, these dudes have made a lot of really good games. like an Embracer came in shopping for every fucking old school video game IP rights. They shopped for a bunch of different development companies. They had money. This is not a good sign. This is a really fucking bad sign.
That they like immediately went from like a conglomerate super group just consuming companies to like with 2 years later being like, all right, we got to cut costs. That doesn't bode well for anybody.
It sure doesn't. It sure doesn't, man. And it's pretty fucking worrisome at this point, honestly, because this is the fourth story in about a month that we've covered about like a publishing company,
a layoff or a shutdown.
Yeah, like it's dude, it's nuts, man. We're about to go through the fucking ringer here pretty soon. Now I'm telling you guys at home, listen to me, okay? Get fucking ready. Like, put some goddamn money in your savings account as soon as you possibly can, because this shit is gonna be fucking rocky. It's gonna be real rocky for a minute. All right, like, just be warned, businesses don't start doing this shit until things are about to hit the fucking fan a little bit. All right, so just be warned here, okay? Be good, treat yourself a little bit, but try to be good, okay? Be good at work. You know, keep your fucking job if you can possibly fucking do that. All right, just
job security. Job security.
Just,
you got it. Hang on to it.
Yeah, hang on for dear fucking life, man. I'm telling you. Saint in chat. Ernell says Rocky video buffers. Thanks, Ernell. Sorry, dude. Sorry, Saint. This is what happens an earthquake happen as I'm talking about it, things being rocky. Yeah, no, I don't know. It's just be careful. Just be careful. These are tough times out here, guys. We don't want them to be even tougher for you guys at home. So, now on the other side, they have that mentioning of the company also planning to work with Microsoft to help develop games, including Fable. We didn't have in our news segment here, but Fable actually picked up the writer from Horizon Forbidden West. And I'm interested to see where that is if they don't decide to fucking cancel it.
Yeah, dude, that'd be a shame because I feel like a lot of people are really looking forward to like the rebirth of that franchise because it was like the last couple of games that like came out for it were not good.
I mean, I liked them, but they weren't good, right? Like they could have been way better.
I mean, like you played the motion based ones on the fucking Wii. You really did.
You mean the Kinect?
Yeah.
Kinect. Fucking whatever the
Fable
fuck.
is only on Xbox.
Point being, it was garbage, and it was focused solely on niche mechanics. Like it was shit. But like, yeah, no, dude, like it would be a shame that like finally, Fable like coming back, and people getting excited about it, and
getting the chopping block,
and then get the chopping block right before
Man.
You know, funny coincidence. It's when those shit Fable games came out. It's when Don Matrick was head of Xbox, who also used to be at EA. Funny winkadink.
Funny how that turns out. funny it works out that way. You know, who would have thunk?
Yeah.
Who would have fucking thunk?
Yeah.
Same with the Fable game. I've been interested in that since the teaser. Good teaser. Good teaser video.
Yeah. Good, very good
Very
teaser.
nice.
Very good teaser. Yeah. This is somewhat alarming, especially the fact that this studio just announced a new game and just rebranded their whole image and everything. Yeah, I mean, the only like silver lining in this is the fact that they're actually working on still giving these people jobs. Some of them, yes, but like most of the time when a studio gets shut down, nobody gets a job.
Just cut all of them.
Yep.
Right. And
It's
it's God, man, the video games industry is in such a weird spot outside of like the economic issue going on, right? The games industry has pretty consistently done this shit out of fucking left field, but like with it increasing tenfold currently, it just you know, who fucking knows at this point. Yep. I mean, yeah, sure, bravo to them like for trying to, you know, keep as many people as they possibly can, but it's like there's only so many space, man. All the studios are doing it. So who's going to hire these people? Like nobody. These people are gonna be out of jobs, dude. Like it's rough out here, man. It's rough. Like if you thought about working the fucking video games industry, where's Griff at? You know what I'm saying? Don't do it yet. Don't fucking do it yet. All right, like just don't. Take our word for it. We know a lot of friends. We have a lot of friends that work in the fucking video games industry. Don't fucking do it yet. Just wait until things smooth out a little bit more. Okay,
yeah,
please, guys. We love you.
I am interested off of this last part, though, is Embracer is working with Microsoft now to develop some games. I want to know what those games are outside of the Fable franchise. I'm going to guess Perfect Dark, because we still haven't heard anything about that in a while.
Dildo Iron Man, that might... yeah.
Checks out. But speaking of dildos, please have a word from our sponsors.
This piece of good Kraken content is brought to you by Glide mousepads. The world is changing and the demand for PC gaming and work from home setups has never been as wild as it is right now. Having the best of the best in PC accessories only makes it easier to get your work done before you jump right back into the fray of the digital sea. And Glide knows exactly how to make that happen for you. Glide Mousepads is the future industry leader in mousepads, offering beautiful, smooth, waterproof products made with eco-friendly materials and non-slip rubber in a variety of sizes that are guaranteed to help you get that next win. Now, if you're like me and you spend a lot of time in your command center, whether it's streaming, editing, or designing, you need a quality mousepad that can keep up with that constant grind. You can go to glidemousepads.com right now and use code KRAKEN for 15% off the Founders Edition mousepad in every size available. Again, that's code KRAKEN, Kraken, for 15% off any Founders Edition mousepad today.
Our next sponsor is Rogue Energy. Late nights are pretty much commonplace for us content creators, and any of us here at GK can attest that sometimes you're just too damn tired to even think about how not to be tired any longer. Lucky for us, though, Rogue has figured out how to give those late nights and even earlier mornings the supercharge that we all need. Rogue Energy is a low-calorie, no-sugar energy formula that is the perfect alternative to sugar-filled canned energy drinks and sodas. Every formula Rogue Energy produces is designed with optimal levels of high-quality ingredients and no chalky textures. Being the only gaming drink company in the world with 4 unique product lines to suit your task at hand, Rogue Energy strives to improve the in-game performance of gamers, streamers, and content creators around the globe. Check it. We have been drinking the ever-living crap out of this stuff. If I'll be completely honest with you, me, Devin, Garrick, Xander, Raven, Genesee, all of us here at GK absolutely adore this drink. It helps us in the mornings, helps us in the evenings. You guys know how it is. We've been going on about this forever, and it is no exception now. It's still taking care of us to this day. You can head on over to rogueenergy.com and use code GKRAKEN for 10% off your purchase of any shaker or formula tub of your choosing. That's GKRAKEN for 10% off any shaker or formula tub that you'd like. Now, back to the show.
Blah.
Bleh. Bleh. I've come to suck your blood. Bleh.
Bleh. I have come to steal your rogue energy. Bleh.
Okay, you didn't need to do all that. You know? We're
Didn't
not
need
chills,
to,
but
I
yeah,
did.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. You know what I'm saying? I got you. What's that? What's that, baby? Good ad read. Good ad read. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dildos.
Welcome back, everybody.
All the dildos. Rows of them. You know what I'm saying? Endless rows of dildos. Oh wait. Oh yeah. The ad free version is. Yeah, you guys can guess for that.
Ernell, could you tell the people what we got going on next?
You see these? We have hands on deck, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, hands on deck, everybody, is our hands-on segment where we talk about some scheduled content that we've been recently playing and or watching. We try to pitch it to each other, and we try to pitch it to you folks at home. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the deal, though. I have a very, very special ordeal today with one Mr. Garrick Bartholomew Eaton. If I remember correctly, you played a very wonderful game, Garrick. Go ahead and talk about it, my man. What's up? What you been playing, my dude?
Look, you can't be starting off with positive descripting words when I haven't even told you about the game yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
I don't like
You're
the way
gonna
that
give people
starts.
the wrong
Okay.
impression.
All right. Okay.
I mean, he has
So,
a point. He has a point.
Fair.
So yeah. Why don't you tell everybody at home real quickly? This is that where we acquired our code from.
Oh, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to do a huge thank you to Gravity Game Arise, as well as our friends over at Chillin' Wolf Games for giving us a review code for this wonderful little indie title that Garrick's been playing and been experiencing for us. So big thank you to you guys for throwing that our way. Thank you. We love you. We love you so much. And we promise we're going to make this review worthy for
Much
you guys.
love.
So let's go. I said something. I'm not gonna go there. Anyways, Garrick, what's up? How'd it go,
Without
man?
further ado. All right. So Necro Boy: The Path to Evil Ship was the game that I got the opportunity to play.
Let's
I'm
go.
about 2/3 of the way through the game here. Okay. And you play as Necro Boy. And basically, this is a puzzle game. Okay, I'll start there. This is like a 3D puzzle game, and it is just about as indie games. What the fuck are you fucking doing, man?
Wrong button. Continue on, my friend.
I'm out here trying to be fucking professional.
Me too.
And give like a review. And you're out here just fucking my vibe.
Willy-nilly hitting buttons. Continue on, my sir.
So basically, you play as Necro Boy. This is a puzzling game. The whole of the game takes place inside this crypt, Necroman's crypt, as he's referred to in the game. And Necro Boy has the capability to raise minions. These minions are simple little AI-based creatures that pull levers for you because for some reason you can't do it yourself. Maybe it's the T-pose finger animation hands. I don't know. But this is a very traditional old school sort of game. It has no voice acting. It doesn't even have so much as like, you know how like some traditional games would do like the little like fake sounds when like there would be a character talk, or this doesn't even have text typing sounds. It is just, you're just reading in silence. The budget of this game shows. I've like it. I'll say that.
Oh no. Okay.
This game looks like it is a Flash game. As you guys might be able to see from the trailer, it's got very simple sort of like PlayStation 1-esque graphics. As far as the puzzles are concerned, which are the main focus of the game, because the story has no real dialogue outside of the text, and it's all pretty campy, and it has some sort of weird feel-good story around how Necro Boy got abandoned, and he wants to go deeper into the crypt to be able to like teach everybody vengeance, but he wants to do it without violence because he's just a sad little kid. And
he's a necro boy.
and he's a necro boy. And like, I don't know, it starts and stops there. The dialogue's pretty uninspired. After a while, it's really hard to not want to click through.
Sure.
So you can just
Okay.
go do the puzzles.
Okay.
Now,
Now, how are the puzzles though? Do the puzzles make up for this, or
not a little bit? And yes and no. The thing is like all of the puzzles are it's all doors. All of the puzzles are doors.
Okay.
So like it's got that sort of top down sort of view, and like it just showed like a little boss there in the gameplay trailer. And like the boss fight is you just solving a puzzle to get a minion that can one hit the boss for you. And like, right. And so you just have to solve that puzzle, and then you're just awarded the thing that kills the boss at the end. But at the end of the day, each door, like for the first 15 levels, you're just raising minions, having them flip a red switch that either opens or closes the door. And for 15 levels, that's what you're doing. You're just opening doors.
Okay.
About that far into 15 into it, now you're pushing red blocks around, and also getting to, open some more doors.
This is
as you kind of
30 levels in. Jesus Christ, how many levels are in this?
There's 35 levels in the game. I'm
Okay.
I'm 22 levels in. They add the blocks at like level 12 or so.
Okay.
And and then at the end of like that section, and I'm assuming like after I defeat this next little guardian boss puzzle or whatever, it's going to add a third mechanic to increase the difficulty of the puzzles.
Okay.
The puzzles themselves aren't super duper simplistic. Or super duper complicated. A lot of the puzzles rely around you being able to raise and like animate and deanimate your minions so that they cooperate or don't cooperate with the simple task of like flipping this switch.
Okay.
And so basically you raise them, and then like they flip the switch, and then you can deanimate them so that some of them don't move. And then like you can reanimate a couple of them so that a couple of them go to this switch, and then a couple of them stay at this other switch. And then you reanimate the one to switch to the other switch. But it's all very revolving door labyrinthian sort of puzzles. You have this sort of spirit view that you can use, where you hit shift and it shows you what switch activates which door. But outside of that, you're pretty much left to just kind of work each puzzle out completely on your own. There's 3 like main sections of levels, each with its own boss level at the end, and then there's a secret level within each that I have been able to discover.
So with all these boss levels, there's no combat involved at all. It's literally
no. It is strictly puzzles. So you raise them in the minion, the little minions that pull the levers for you can't do combat. You just use those to solve the puzzle, to raise one specific minion that you just get at the end of the puzzle, and then you literally just walk back around to where the boss is standing, and then he goes, and then the boss dies in one hit, and then you go through the door and go to the next level.
That sounds so fucking mundane.
Yeah, it does.
So like it's just if you really like puzzles and like that brain flex that these sorts of games give, this might have an audience for somebody, but you're going to be playing this game for the puzzles, because like the dialogue kind of edges on like that not quite PG-13, but like not quite like, Peggy 7, right? Like not rated E for everybody. It's like E10, right? Like it's just like there's some weird dialogue where it makes like some like campy jokes and like a little like or like some off-color jokes or whatever that like might not be like sort of grabbing for like a child to play, but the gameplay mechanics feel like something that like this is something you're gonna buy for your kid because they just liked the way that it looked, and they're gonna sit down and they're gonna play this for 3 hours, get super frustrated, and never pick it up again.
Well, I mean, it sort of sounds like you've pretty much boiled the water down. I mean, like, do you? I mean, let's get to it, right? Like, should people play this game? Like, is there like a need to be playing this at all? Or like,
if you were a diehard puzzle game fan, no, there's probably a million other fucking puzzle games that you can go play aside from this one.
Play Senuous.
Look, thank you so much for giving us the review opportunity. It was really interesting for me to get to sit down and review it. I've never had the opportunity to review a game like this before. This was a very new experience for me. But at the end of the day, this game right now, with a 20% off launch discount, is still selling for $16. I would pick this kid. If you have if your kiddo loves, if you're a parent with a Steam account and a kid that likes video games, pick this up for them when it's on sale for $5.
Okay.
And this might give them a couple hours of frustrating enjoyment. And just tell the kid that you have to hit escape and then restart the level when the AI doesn't path right and gets stuck on itself and doesn't flip the switch. So you get stuck behind the door and can't finish the level anymore. So just when that happens, just know that it's escape, restart. This is like 4.5 out of 10.
All right, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. 4.5 out of 10 is the official GK rating of Necro Boy and the Path to Evil Ship. Garrick, thank you for playing this for us, and thank you for putting in your review thoughts on this. I don't think I'm going to be playing this myself. I know this doesn't speak to Devin. This is not a Devin game.
I like puzzle games, even I played quite a few of them, especially when new ones come up on Game Pass and things.
Which is why I was kind of excited for you to play this, because I knew if there was anyone's going to have good input.
I definitely get into them. I like the brain flex, even when they're frustrating. It's way more frustrating though when you can't solve the puzzle because the mechanics in place to make the puzzle function aren't cooperating with itself, and it puts a damper on the gameplay thing. So yeah, that's kind of what I did, and got my hands on into it. I was 2 hours in and I had finished two quarters of the game, or 2/3 of the game. For $20, that just seemed that's a tough sell for me.
Sure, that's fair.
It looks like every level has the same scenery too. It looks like it's all the same.
It does.
It kind of almost reminds me of that section in Xanarkand when you're doing the Cloister Trials there.
You know what also reminds me of, Devin? The Make Chicken, which is the same every time. Same mundane, boring bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Just chicken, lettuce, and mayonnaise. You know what I mean? Who does that to themselves?
That's why you don't get the mayo. That's why you sub it for the chicken sauce.
Oh, the fact that you need to sub anything on it is just a signifier that maybe
the fact
maybe
that something
it's
is
enough.
So bad that they only bring it back once a year, so people get excited about it.
That's an oxymoron. That's an oxymoron. They don't just bring it. They wouldn't bring it back if it wasn't fire. You know what I'm saying?
They're like, how do we get rid of all this leftover school lunch meat?
Devin,
what have you two fucking idiots been watching or playing?
We don't got time. We don't got time.
I mean,
we're only doing yours.
I'll say one thing.
Oh, we're just doing mine.
It takes 2 seconds.
Yeah. What's up, Devin?
I'll say one thing. I rewatched Halloween Kills. That movie sucks.
You rewatched Halloween Kills, but you didn't rewatch Halloween Ends? Or you didn't watch Halloween Ends?
I didn't watch Halloween Ends. I watched Halloween Kills yesterday.
Halloween Kills is
because it was on HBO Max.
Not good. The first reboot was fun. I liked the first one. Halloween.
The first one was great.
That one was dope. But
this one made me go made me look at these people you think that's how you shoot a gun?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately,
man. I know. It's a bummer. Did you guys see that A24 is doing a Jason prequel called Crystal Lake?
No, but that's sick.
That sounds kind of interesting.
That's sick.
Fucking dope, right?
Dude, I'm down for anything A24 is I'm fucking buying what they're selling at this point.
Yep. Period, man.
Yeah.
Period.
Also, Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah,
I saw that screen cap, man. That screen cap looked pretty Evil Dead, bro. Like, I'm here for it. Apartment complex this time. Apartment complex. I'm here for it. Sign me up.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. But yeah, good review there.
Thank you,
guys, it is time
dildos
to protect your neck from dildos because we're in the gallows.
Ocean of dildos. Ocean of dildos.
I really wish somebody was there to just throw one at Garrick Reno just because
dildos. It's like the elevator doors open and it's just a landslide of dildos coming out like The Shining. Like it's perfect. Just big dildos.
I have a really funny story to tell you guys later.
Okay, well, later is the key word there.
It's not me.
Oh, okay, sure. Devin's got a funny story about dildos, but it's not about him, guys. It's not about him, all right?
It's not. It's a story I heard from somebody else at a Halloween party last night.
Devin's gonna try to tell us some wild story about a friend of his that like walked around downtown Portland.
Not my friend. Someone I just met.
Sure, a necklace of dildos like Black Panther, right? Just dildos wrapped around all the way around their neck. They just walked around downtown.
I mean,
it was a friend. It was a friend.
That friend is you or Nell because you would do that.
For enough money, I happily would. Devil, what are we talking about for the gallows? Dildo necklace.
No.
Could you imagine the Black Panther of dildos?
It's so far from all of this conversation.
We do not do that here. The power of the black dildo.
Or no, you're in timeout. Or no, you're in timeout.
All right, timeout.
He's in timeout.
Sorry, guys.
Guys, we have a very important headlining subject to talk about today, especially because it is the first day of Native American Heritage Month.
It sure is, Devin. Sure is.
You can come back in a minute or no, it's all right. Just stare at the corner.
All right, sounds good.
Guys, what we really want to talk about today is where is the Native American representation in gaming?
Hell yeah, baby.
This is open forum discussion. We're not all indigenous American, but there is something about representation that all of us can relate to. So let's go. Let's start with it. Or no, you're out of timeout. No, you can come back.
I am being repressed. I'm kidding. Hey guys, listen. I only did that because I knew that I deserved it. Saying Ernell being in timeout and still talking is just Ernell emoji. That's probably the most Ernell thing ever.
I was laughing, Saint, and I am indigenous, so.
Yeah, see, okay, so that's a beautiful thing. All of us can relate to some level or another when it comes to representation in games, right? So the reality of us here talking about this is, as you said, it's Native American, Indigenous American Month, Heritage Month, excuse me, and it brought up the real big question of why do we not have enough stories based around Native American culture, right? Because we talk about this shit. Like, we talk about this shit actively all the fucking time. Like, where the fuck is that? Why does that not exist? And as you guys know, like, if you've seen our schedule template that we put out today, you'll see that one Assassin's Creed 3 little snippet there is our little back banner for today's little segment on the schedule, because that's kind of it. That's kind of it. As far as
I was able to think of one other game off the top of my head.
And what is that game, Garrick? What is that game?
Infamous Second Son.
Thank you. Thank you. Good game.
There is actually a lot of quote unquote Native American representation inside of a lot of fighting games, but a lot of that is misrepresented Native American.
Or it's like it's very stereotypical.
Exactly.
In its representation, right? Like Mortal Kombat did that. I know Killer Instinct did that. Like those fighting games sort of had like those stereotypical, like, or like they appealed to stereotypes, right? In like their representation. I mean, maybe not the modern representation of those characters, but like the birth of those characters in those video games started out as a stereotype, right? And like it was interesting. I was actually kind of thinking about it, and like we have like a lot of things that like borrow from like Native American or like tribe culture that aren't Native American focused video games.
Yep.
Which I was trying to think about it. I was really thinking about this. I was just like, we don't have like a ton. We have like a lot of games that like borrow like ideologies or like moments from the culture or that sort of thing. Like Horizon Forbidden West like comes to mind. Like they borrow like a lot from like Native American and like tribe culture, and that they represent, but like they're like an amalgamation, right? They're not necessarily a people. They're not necessarily they don't necessarily represent or present themselves as like a Native American tribe,
Right.
And then we had something that was like sort of adjacent ish. This one might be a bit of a stretch. And that's like Far Cry Primal, right? But that's less Native American, more it is like proto man sort of thing.
Yeah,
but
right.
like it also borrows from like the tribal ideology thing. And but again, like it doesn't represent like those same sorts of stories. And I wonder why that is. Do you think people are afraid to represent these characters or tell these stories in video games, or do you think that there may be that's not like something that like the Native American community has been, that's not like a medium they're focused on, I guess, is video games?
I can tell you that's something they want, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, of course.
I have family who live on res out in Sioux City, out in Iowa and stuff, and granted, I don't go out there at all like I used to.
Sure.
For lots of reasons. But I feel like, at least for me going to school, the only thing we really get taught about when it comes to that, to, you know, Native American heritage and culture is like the typical Trail of Tears story that we all hear.
Right.
And the fact that, you know, the West was ultimately, you know, colonized, and a lot of tribes were almost completely eradicated out of, you know, North America due to all of that. And it sucks because of the way that like the history lessons that are structured and taught to us throughout, you know, generic, you know, K through, you know, senior year school, K through 12, it doesn't touch on a lot of it. It's almost kind of like our own nation wants to forget that history of of a heinous thing that we did do. So I feel like it's kind of an afterthought a lot of the times because it's not something we're really taught about. And the only way to really learn about it is to look it up yourself or find somebody from a tribe, from that culture, who can actually teach you about it. Because you don't get taught about it in school that much.
Let me rephrase my previous question then, if I may. Do you feel, do either of you feel like that the Native American community, from your personal experiences you might have had, don't have that as a resource, like game development, like largely? Like, is that something like that they don't feel like they have resource to, like access to?
100%. So I
like, is that more the concern rather than it not being their focus? It's something they don't feel like they have.
The unfortunate,
as a resource.
The unfortunate part of the Native American community in America, and this was something that was extremely daunting for my family, and because us Islanders, we relate to Native Americans a lot, like as us being indigenous folks that have also been kicked out of our fucking land and slaughtered and have had a very, very deep, dark history of this stuff. We relate with Native Americans a whole lot in that we see Native American reservations, Native American families, Native American folks, like having to basically live in a situation in which this country doesn't want to actually take care of them. And the very, very unfortunate part is that, like, a lot of times, a lot of Native American, like, reservations and families and, like, households here are not financially successful. And it's not always their fault of their own. It is the entire structure system of like them not having a support system, right? And obviously that goes into way deeper of a structure. But to answer your question, I would argue, yeah, absolutely, they don't have the resources because just like many of minorities in this country, they're not allowed the pathway to get there, right? Like that space isn't open to them, which is why it's so important that we have conversations like this between us as content creators and being able to speak to this with the people in our chat, the people in our community, of understanding that like we have a whole layer of things when it comes to these conversations with us because we're all minorities in some way or another, right? And we understand that the games industry being predominantly taken over by rich white men is something that we have to like be conscious of when we at all are taking up space when it comes to the games industry. And so this conversation to be had, to answer your question, I would say I don't think they have any real form of ease of access in order for them to actually go to it. A lot of Native American citizens don't have easy access to even a college education. A lot of times they get scholarships and stuff like that, but it's never enough to pay for the ridiculous amount of money that college expenses are, right?
Right. Like damn, that's such a fucking shame too, because like we've, especially with like recent memory, right? We got Prey this year, which was a fucking fantastic Native American film, right, based around the Predator franchise. And like it just shows that like we can totally get those fucking insanely impactful like stories that like I don't know jack shit for like about like Native American culture aside from like what little one-sided knowledge
right
I have either from friends or like school textbooks, right? And so like being able to see like that stuff represented in like different media, I fucking love that shit. Like I absolutely love, like I love getting to see like genuine like representation of like Native American culture. Like I find it super fascinating. You know, like on the same level that I would like, you know, Egyptian culture or Greek culture, like anything. Like I love like getting to learn about that sort of thing. And so like it fucking saddens me a great deal knowing that like there's probably potential for these fucking incredible stories that we've never heard, that we have never even heard of, fathomed in our fucking life, because there's like this whole untapped culture that we're refusing to like give resources to, or refusing to like take the time to listen to their stories to make something like impactful. And it's just a shame. It's just a fucking damn shame.
No, I get it, dude, for sure. I want to look at chat really quick, and then I want to toss the ball over to Devin, who is our Indigenous American man here. So Saint says just AC3. Wow. Cardboard King says, yo, I will say my only exposure was Assassin's Creed 3, and it made me go, oh hey, look at this, because of how not usually represented Native American culture is. Drax says the only game I've really played that had Native American representation and some depth into the culture was Prey from 2006. That game was severely underrated, dude. All the Prey, both the Prey games are severely underrated. Dude, like there's and Logan says the Far Cry games had natives, right? I can't think of any Far Cry games that do like legit like full on like natives, right?
Yeah, they might have like with separate cultures, but nothing compared to Native American culture or heritage.
Right,
because they're all based in, with the exception of 5, they're all based in different countries,
right,
different time periods.
Right, exactly. And I mean, that goes to what Garrick was saying about like tribal ideology, right? And tribal culture. Like, yeah, that stuff's like pretty universal when it comes to any of us that have ethnically like historical beings, like people that are still here today, that like still have people that like come from very recent tribal cultures. Because like this is what I try to explain to people about like the difference between my folks, Islanders, and Vikings, right? Like Islanders are like existent. They exist. They're here. We're like we're alive. We're breathing. Native Americans are real. Like they're real life people. It's not some like thing where like, oh, thousands of years ago they fucking existed. No, it's not.
Vikings are no more. That shit got washed out into a million other fucking bloodlines of white.
It's not like the Sumerians where we're trying to have to like find some dead language or some shit like that. Like. Yeah. Native Americans fucking exist. They're a real fucking people, right? So it's like, that's where things get like so fucking wishy-washy. And that's where I want to toss this off to Devin. Devin, what do you want for Native American representation in video games?
I think if a studio is going to include a character that has a Native American background, then they definitely need to get they need to get that knowledge from people within that culture, and they need to base that character, whether it be insignias, how they grew up, their background, the type of clothing they wear. Not everybody wears a fucking feather in their hair, okay?
Sure don't. They sure don't. Not one feather in any hair and prey. Not a single one.
Yep. Not a fucking normal thing. They're gonna put that shit on a fucking arrow. Duh.
Duh. Right. So
it's called fletching.
You say that, and the first thing that pops to my mind, and hear me out, Devin. Hear me out, right? Ghost of Tsushima, but with a Native American family.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Except I haven't played that game yet because I've been waiting for it to come out on PC.
Soon. It'll come soon. But you get the idea, right? Like like the beauty of Assassin's Creed 3. I actually really like Assassin's Creed 3.
Oh, it's one of my favorite Assassin's Creed games.
Dude, it's so fucking good.
It was my jumping off point for the series.
It's so fucking good, dude. Very fucking good.
You
game.
played Black Flag though, right? That was after.
Oh, fucking magic.
Yeah, but my first ever Assassin's Creed game was 3.
Oh, that's when you started. Okay.
Yep. And dude, like it's such a fucking good game. There is space for them to tell. Like we saw it in Prey. There is space for them to tell a classic Native American, Indigenous American story, like a first person like narrative experience with action, adventure, combat. Like there's so much good that can be had there. They could take the engine from Horizon and just put it in a fucking like Native American skin. Like that's so perfect, dude. Anyways, Devin, speak on it, man.
And it sucks too because we'll get games like, you know, Red Dead Redemption where it is a great game and it is it's a timepiece, right? Like it's set in a certain time. Even representation in those games get really bad because they tend to lean into the cliches of, you know, a lot.
Right.
And it all just like seems very stereotypical. And that's what a lot of it is and we see it with a lot of races in games is we see a lot of stereotypes and people lean hard into that.
Dude, it's disappointing to say, and that's why we brought this conversation up, right? Because it's like we look at Native American Heritage Month and we say, holy fuck, there's an entire medium that is lacking in Native American representation. It's right here in front of us. It's been right fucking here in front of us for our entire goddamn lifetimes, right? We were able to name 3 games this entire conversation.
And it's way easier. Like if we could way more easily, bring attention to like crappy representations of that in video because it's way more frequent, which is a damn shame.
Yeah.
Like that's like a fucking bummer.
Devin, you
right?
speak up.
What representation there is. Sorry.
It's all good. It's like every character I look up, it's like we got Chief Thunder from Killer Instinct. We got Rick Stout. Rick Stout. They're passing him as Native American when he's clearly very not. Fatal Fury. Shania from Shadow Hearts. I've never heard of that game personally. Wolf Hawkfield from Virtua Fighter. He's got a cool name, but more cliches. Nightwolf from the Mortal Kombat series. They have rebooted this character so many times, and I read an article on this, and they still stereotype the shit out of him, and they still have not gotten anybody from a tribe to help with his backstory or anything like that.
Yep.
We got Vulcan Raven from Metal Gear Solid, although you can't tell really in Metal Gear Solid.
They don't talk about it at all. Yeah.
They don't talk about it at all. Then we got Tommy Tawuti, who Drax brought up earlier. He is a Cherokee garage mechanic and former U.S. Army soldier living on a native reservation in Oklahoma. It's probably one of the best modern representations that we've gotten, but that is also from 14 years ago?
Yep.
No.
2006. No. It's a long time. Yeah. That's all we need to know. It's a fucking long time ago, dude.
16 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we got Connor from Assassin's Creed. Definitely the best one so far, in my opinion. And then we have Julia Chang from Tekken. And then we have T-Hawk from Street Fighter.
Yep.
That's it.
Majority of those are just characters in a game. They're not even in a game that's talking about them existing, right? And that's like the fucking disappointing part of it. It's like Dude, like we've gotten so much great representation recently of so many different cultures between black culture, Asian culture. So many different ethnicities have gotten representation here. I'm fucking baffled Native Americans have not gotten their calling in this. Like we could get so many good games. Like we even just said it. Like give us Ghost of Tsushima but with like Native American skin on it, right? Give us like a I don't know, Life is Strange experience but like Reservoir Dogs. Right, like there's so many different options they can fucking give us, right? So many different fucking options. Like, that's a Reservoir Dogs.
I would love for
Reservation
like
Dogs, I think, but that new show that's on HBO Max, yeah.
Reservation. Give me a Wolf Among Us style, but all from Native American culture, because there are so many creatures and stories to be told too on that front. You guys all freak out about a skinwalker, but wait till you look into American definition of what a skinwalker really is.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. There's a lot to be had of it, dude. I mean, like I know that like this conversation's like super important for us to have, and thank you guys at home, like you guys in our chat, for being involved in this conversation, because this is a discussion that I think is really, really important. Like anytime that we talk about representation for any group of minorities, like in this country, in this world, like we need to be having these discussions more frequently to really kind of like dimple down to like, why isn't this happening? Like, why can't we get this? Like, why, like, now Garrick, you asked a question earlier, is this because it was an afterthought, or is it because people in games just like haven't really like pitched the idea yet? And I would go to say that maybe it's kind of all of it at once. It's kind of just like all cannons firing at a single time. Like I think that
seems that way.
Native American culture is kind of just in the States is a very just predominantly in the back of the mind group of people. And that fucking sucks. It fucking sucks that that's the case, right? Because like we said, there's so many good stories to be had out of this culture. There's so many different like characters that we've gotten that have been prominent, good characters that we could potentially get even more backstory from. I think that the games industry just hasn't touched everything they want to touch yet, and that could also be because Native Americans are sort of minorities amongst minorities in the United States too. That's a really big thing to have to talk about as well. Like minorities amongst minorities is a big thing. I mean, like even like Islanders barely scrape getting representation as well, and most of the time it's done incorrectly too. Like even like Gibraltar in Apex is incorrect. Like he does a haka and he's supposed to be Hawaiian and the haka's from New Zealand. And like, you know, like little things like that. And that was the issue in like Native American representation in some games that we have gotten so far. Like it's just not correct. It's just this cliche bullshit, right? So Devin, what I want to ask you is like pitch us your Native American game. Like if you could just think of like your biggest dream Native American game, like what is it that you picture in your head?
Oh man, I feel like we need a single player experience, story-based game where someone goes out for their first real hunt, and then they run into all sorts of mythical gods and beings and creatures along that hunt. And I want this to be in a time when those were still relevant, before, you know, colonizers were here and stuff like that. Like I want to experience North America how the culture experienced North America before all that came in.
I like it, dude. I fucking like that. Hellblade, but with a Native American sort of face on it would be.
How about God of War with a Native American face on it?
I like that, my friend. I like that.
And instead of a boy, give me a dog. Give me the dog.
Boy, dog, dog. Oh wait, I made predator noises. My bad. Those predator clicks.
Yeah.
wrong medium. Dude, I'm here for it. I'm sold. I'm fucking sold on that game. Like you said the first hunt thing, and I was like, oh, that'd be such a sweet fucking narrative story. That'd be such a sweet fucking plot to ride around, dude.
And then maybe there is a god that is corrupt, and maybe they took out your tribe, and then your first hunt turns into a vengeance journey.
Okay, Daddy, I see you. I see you. I see that. I see that. Cardboard King in chat says, feels like the time might be starting now. Like it was a slow burn as Columbus Day was turned into Indigenous Peoples Day, but now you've got that show, that movie Prey, more and more. It could be the beginning we're seeing now. I sure fucking hope so. Fucking hope so, Cardboard. I'm telling you, man. DJ in chat, we need a horror game about Native American spirits. We sure do. There is some fucking lit ass like Native American deities and creatures that they could do some sick fucking character design with. Oh my god, it'd be so cool.
Native American TikTok, man. Those motherfuckers can tell a scary story.
I'll tell you what.
Those motherfuckers tell a scary story.
Just take my $70 now. Cardboard King, that comment hurt.
Because of $70?
Just normalizing.
Yeah.
Listen,
Fuck you, Sony.
No, dude. Like I said, it was gonna fucking happen eventually. It wasn't just Sony. But if anything, though, you should take it as a compliment because he's saying your game is a AAA title.
Damn fucking straight, it's a AAA title.
Goddamn fucking straight, baby. It's a AAA title. But along with our AAA title, Devin, we have a AAA schedule for the people at home.
Yeah, we do. Yo, tomorrow. You guys are getting some 7th Brevin. That's right. That's your boy right here.
Let's go.
It's going to be at 7 p.m. West Coast, Best Coast time.
Baby. Yes.
I'm going to hate it. You guys are going to hate it. Xander's going to hate it. Because we're playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and we're just playing multiplayer, so it's going to be a lot of shit.
Oh, boy.
Talk.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's going to be me. It's going to be Mr. Zandy Boy, Ernell's little Thai peanut. And
Twitch.tv/Sander.
Yep. Yeah, he's going to be co-streaming it with me, and Mr. Hulk Brogan is going to be joining us as well.
Oh, yes.
We still got slots on the team. We're gonna be doing a mixed match of a lot of different game modes. 6-person squad. So if you guys want to play, hit us up. Let us know.
Hey, let's fucking go. Drax says EU gross. I'm also super down for Battlefield once Season 3 drops.
Dude, I'm never playing that game again. Anyways, Thursday, we are doing the Shipwreck Show live again. That's right, 7 p.m. West Coast, Best Coast time. Shipwreck, be in our Discord, be a subscriber, be a part of the conversation, ask us questions. We need questions, guys. Give us all the questions.
Give us
if you're a subscriber and you haven't asked a question, you need to ask yourself a question and be like, why have I not done this yet? And then the answer is because you just haven't. And I would have said something more derogatory, but I really want you to ask a question and continue to subscribe. So please subscribe and ask questions.
It's because I haven't gotten the dildo necklace yet, right? Is that what it is? I haven't gotten the dildo necklace.
I feel like you already have it. Friday, you guys are in for a treat because we're doing another splash damage where we are playing Chivalry.
Oh wow, he got out again. For
2.
Oh wow,
did I? Chivalry 2. We're
there
playing
you go.
it.
Thank you, Devin. Thank you. Perfect. Chivalry 2, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're playing on Friday. I've never played any of the Chivalry games. I've watched gameplay.
Neither
I know what it is, but I've never played it myself. Garrick, you got
same.
It looks
okay. I was gonna say Garrick looks like he might.
No,
have
I've never
it.
played him. I've just seen the gameplay and it looks fucking ridiculous. Like
I'm so ready,
it looks
dude.
funny.
I'm so ready,
It
dude.
looks fun. I know we're playing it. I know DJ's joining us. That's about all I know so far. But what I also know about it, that'll be right here. Twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show at 7 p.m. West Coast, Best Coast time.
Oh, I think actually DJ might not be there. It might just be us.
Oh,
three.
that's right.
It might just be us. Three.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get our night on, baby. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the night club. You know what I mean?
I want free for all, and I just want to cut your legs off and watch your character crawl.
There's 3 of us beating the shit out of each other with swords.
Yeah.
the whole time.
That's good. I like it.
That's entertaining. I feel like we'll just be, talking shit the whole time. Wait, Drax says they're going back to the class system?
For Battlefield.
I rescind my comment. I rescind my comment.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Saturday, we're doing another Good Kraken podcast. And the topic of the day will be, when was the golden age of film? I promise that's my hands. Yeah, we're going to talk about film, and we're going to talk about what the golden age is and what it means to us and what that time period means to us.
It was whenever Two Girls, One Cup came out.
Or One Guy, One Jar. I think that was the same time.
Garrick just on impulse shook his head. No.
Yeah. So,
oh boy.
Please let us know what you guys think about Native American representation within the video game space, and let us know what you would like to see happen within that space. Let us know what game you want to be made.
Pitch us your games. We're not going to be able to make it happen because we're broke. But we will definitely pitch your ideas when we do get popular. We'll pitch it to Phil Spencer and say, hey, we need to make sure this game gets made. And we're like, Ernell, my boy. I'm like, Jim, okay. Philly boy. He's like, hey, you got that dildo necklace? I'm like, of course I do, dude. Of course I do.
Except he never would ask that, but you know. But he already knew.
You don't know Phil.
You don't know that.
You don't
know that.
He might be all about it, man. I mean, like, listen, like, I was appalled to find out that the great voice of one Drake from Uncharted said that I could gaslight you fuckers. All right, like, I was shocked and appalled by that.
That's a whole other thing, though. That's a whole other thing.
Is it?
That was a cameo.
Nolan told me straight up I should do it. You know, he's like, I have to do it for the rest of my life. I'm obligated morally.
You already would have had an excuse to be obligated the rest of your life to gaslight people before that was even said to you.
That's fair.
This has been the Good Kraken Podcast, your choice for all the nerdy video game and pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you wanted to hear live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Saturday at 12 p.m. right here at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show.
Good Kraken Show.
Good Kraken Show.
Good Kraken
If you're riding
Show.
this wave, you can head on over to our Discord where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and soon have early access before episodes go live on podcasts and video services across the digital sea. You're a liar and a thief, Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow.
You can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Good Kraken, ! And leaving a review there. We got to get going, but until next time.
I'm sorry, Mama. I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't mean to make you cry, but tonight this dildo's in my closet.
The power of the dildo panta shall be stripped away.
I hate this.